Over here, I will go through the corrections for those who need help. Page 1 to 4. And then you can submit. If you don't have it, I want it tomorrow. This is page 1. I went through this question. You can see in my workbook, it's written here. Okay, page 1. Is it inside your book? Okay, so previously I said I put a stamp there. Please do corrections. Please show your working. It's important. There is no calculator and mental work here. It's you really showing how you're able to align your place value accurately, put in the operations, and showing the working incomplete. Regrouping when necessary. And doing your calculations. Align the place value. So this about on plus, and then you have minus. Minus should be okay. I marked most of you. Your operations are all right, other than an occasional careless mistake. Then comes to the multiplication. The part about the multiplication, do your multiplication as with usual. So 25.7 times 4, do it as you're doing a usual whole number multiplication. Okay, do it as if you're doing a normal multiplication. Do it as you're doing a normal multiplication, your 4 times table, regroup. If you have, now you have P5s already, but if you still need, say, need help with your times table, write it at the side. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. You can write it at the side to help you, your times table. If you need help, do that mini times multiplication at the bottom. So you can see where you're regrouping to. 5 times 4, 20. 20 plus the 2, 22. 2 times 4, 8 plus the 10. The new 200 here, you've got 1028 as the answer. Bring down the decimal point. So you have 102.8. Now, essentially, I was explaining previously how multiplication is a repeated addition of the same number. So I'm actually doing 25.7 plus 25.7 plus 25.7 plus 25.7 4 times. And there's regrouping that's involved when I'm doing that. Multiplication is like a shortcut of the procedure of adding again and again. So it's different in the sense that in addition, I align the decimal points and you see the regrouping happen naturally. But in multiplication, when I do the working like that, it's like a shortcut to the addition steps. So in multiplication, I don't align 4 to the ones place. So that is the difference. But the regrouping as is usual, The alignment of the decimal place is only towards the back. Now, yesterday, when we started on talking about this multiplication by tens, hundreds, and thousands, I broke it down into 2 steps like this. First, multiplying by 3, then multiply by 10. Or multiply by 10 first, then multiply by 3. Now, next year, we're going to work with operations, multiplication of decimals, not in tens solely, but something in the tens as well as the ones place. It will become more complicated. That's when you have to figure out the decimal movement of the decimal places later on. Like for example, when you multiply 2 different decimals, what are you going to do with the decimal place as a result? That one, there's more to learn. Right now, we're not dealing with that. That's why yesterday when you see Mahendra, he was using long multiplication to do these questions. And I tell him to not do that, because when he did that, he skipped certain steps and combined some workings also. So not very helpful when the operation is not clear too. So I said, go on that. But we have to come to learn to that. We have to come to learn how to do that when time comes. How to multiply 2 decimals. We have not done that yet. Okay, so doing step by step still. Okay, the division for this is already on the video, so I don't want to repeat it. So you go catch up and find out on your own. The last part here, I think most of you are having problems. Page 4, converting from fractions to decimals and decimals to fractions, still a bit of confusion. This one is quite okay. Fraction to decimals, I think is okay, not too bad. Most of us are clear with decimals means the fraction must in denominator must be in 10, 100 or thousands or so on. So as long as I can remember how to convert to the equivalent fraction with the base of powers of 10, I will be able to get my answer fairly quickly. So in the video that I've uploaded regarding revision of fractions to decimals conversion, there's some tricks that I shared. One of the tricks was to remember 2 places as the denominator gives to 2 decimal places. So another quick tip is, if I can remember all my factors of 10, and I can remember all my factors of 100, it will help. So for example, what factors of 10 you have? 1 and 10, 2 and 5. Right? Then factors of 100, 1 and 100. Yes? Yes. You want to answer? 2 and 50, 4 and 25, 5 and 20. Anything else? Any other factors of 100? Ten, very good. 10 times 10. So if you can remember all the factors of this, it will come fairly quickly. So like this one, I can multiply by 25, 1 and 25 of 100. Keep the wholes as the whole. 2 decimal places because you have 2, so 1.25. Now, improper fraction, I can keep it this way or I can change it. If I change it to a mixed number, it will be 3.5. Because 2 halves, 7 halves will be 2 halves plus 2 halves plus 2 halves plus 1 half. So it's 3 wholes and 1 half. Okay. So 3 halves, you can find the equivalent of 3.5. Like half of a dollar, $3.50. Now skip to the last one that most of you have some issues. Decimals to fraction in its simplest form. So just now we already said, okay, all decimals either denominator 10, 100 or 1000. So first thing, convert all these to the decimal fraction. Quick tip, keep number 1, keep the whole as it's on its own. Then come in the fractional component. 2 decimal places. So after 1, I've got 2 places. And then 25 or above. Keep the whole number as it is, decimal portion. 1 decimal place. Put in the 1 decimal place. And then you have 2. Keep the whole number as it is, 12. 1 decimal place, 10, and 6. Numerator 6. Keep the whole number as it is, 2. Fractional component, 0.125. So I have 3 decimal places. So 3 zeros at the back. 125 above. First step done. Is that okay? Next step. What's the next step? Simplify. So divide by 25, divide by 25, 3 1/4. Divide by 2, divide by 2, 7 1/5. Divide by 2, divide by 2, 12 3/5. Divide by 5, divide by 5, 2 25 out of 200. Divide by 5, divide by 5, 2 5 40. Divide by 5, divide by 5, 2 1/8. Okay, so very quickly, I went through the corrections for this one, went through again page 1 to 4, this is page 4. This is on recording. If you cannot catch up, you can go back and take a look at it. I will skip to the back part. Whoever is completed with page 1 to 4 corrections, please submit it now. Okay, moving on. Moving on, we take a break with ranging. Before we pause to ranging, yesterday during the remedial session, I went through page 12 and a bit more questions on page 10. 12. Page 10, and then I'm looking at page 12 now. Anybody needs to take a look at page 12? Yeah, this is yesterday's work. Okay, and I got a good piece of good news for you. Yesterday I went back and checked. Okay, I realized that I made a mistake yesterday telling you a test topics. And during the meeting as well, we all went anxious because the test topics seems very frightening. We were going to test about percentage in August in 17, we too soon, and we're not debating for it. So, to figure out, I went back and checked. Actually, it's published in the parents' area as well, the topics of the test. You know? Yeah. So, what were the topics of the test? Rates? Decimals? No, not percentage. Rate, decimals, and ratio. Okay, so if you look at the letter that was posted on the parents' area as well, the topics for the term review, this term, the week after National Day, will be ratio, which is a topic that's previous term, right? So not a new topic. Ratio, rates, and decimals. Okay, but still we need to go a bit faster. Okay, we still need to finish our page. But fortunately, I think it's not in this case. Okay, so ratio, rate, and decimals. Right. So yesterday, I was trying to tell everyone that, hey, look, put in a little bit more effort in your way of writing the answers, even when the question is pretty simple. I do not want anyone to just write the answer as a working and then that's it and be satisfied. Okay, in the long run, you're going to deal with more application style work problems. Application style work problems means like your booklet, your paper 2 booklet B questions where they are more intricate and they are more this kind of long and wordy questions. So when it's long and wordy questions like that, if you're going to just write working after workings, it won't be enough to help you to solve questions. So you need to think of how you're going to present your answers in a sequential manner, step by step, that help you to process the question. Okay? So right now it seems like you take extra time and effort. But the truth is, the more you do it, the faster you become. It's just like yesterday I tell Mahindra, hey, look, you do the method step by step, right? You do it well just once, you check. It's easy to check and it's easy to get it correct. You want to be satisfied doing quickly in a so-called shortcut manner, you will end up wasting more time instead. Okay, so talking about page 12, we're all done with that, right? Okay, yesterday I also returned to you your first set of correction for multiply by 10, 100, and 1,000. Are you cool with that? Can I collect these corrections tomorrow? And make sure you are done with that. Huh? Okay, if that's okay, we take a break for the break, gym. If you're ready, I share screen. And then today I share a shortcut with you later on how to do conversions or measurements fast. Let's take a look. It will have the first set over here, 128 divided by 2. It's okay. So I have 120. 1,280, so now it's 128 divided by 2. Actually, I do not really need to do this working. Actually, don't really need to do this working because, yeah, because it's just a 0, so I just need to add a 0 at the back. So I've got 640. Is that okay? So I can only do the working just once. Actually, I don't really need 640 also because I've got 128 divided. That's okay? Okay, okay. Then if that's okay, we move on to the next part. Yes, we getting to know how to do it already. Adam, are you done with this painting? I don't see you writing. You should have an exercise book or paper for this. Brain gym, you should have an exercise book. Where's your exercise book? Nicole, where's your exercise book? Can you get an exercise book? It's less than $1 in the bookshop. Okay, right. So over here, oops, I could just write down 6.4 and 64. Pretty quick. So why so? Because previously we did that for multiplication. So if you can recall this one. So right now I've got this original number 128 divided by 20 now. And so with the same ideas, I could do 128 divided by 2 followed by divide by 10. So I've got 64 divided by 10. So 64 bring the decimal point 64. Then you got 6.4. So over here, 640 divided by 10 is 64. Is it okay? If that's okay, then we move a little faster. I think we can go it double up the speed to this. And I think you kind of know the trick already to this. So you know the trick for this. I think you should be able to be quite fast in this, right? Okay. Sorry. So this one by now, okay, we are looking at the next one. So we have the same number, 128 divided by 200 now. So I can do it with the understanding of 128 divided by 2, then divide by 100. Okay. So because 200 is 2 times 100. So I can divide by 2, then I divide by 100. The same idea with the order of operation. So I already know 64, so divide by 100. Which is I just brought the decimal point again. And then here, $64. And then I think some of us already get the idea of how to solve it already. If the next one is 0.064 and this one is 6.4. Is that okay? So it's like a pattern. You got to identify the pattern. If you can recognize the pattern, okay, you can solve this fairly quickly. Okay? Can or not? So yesterday, actually, a group of us has continued with our division of so just now I was showing you this. Then yesterday a group of us has continued on to this. Okay, I bring it up to show it to you. This is page 17, which was part of it was homework. Okay, so two methods I talked about. Method number one, I can do 0.3 divide by 10 first, then divide by 3, or 0.3 divide by 3 first, then divide by 10. So you choose the method you prefer, but you've got to do the long division at least once. But you don't have to do it twice, okay? Because one of it is relying on the pattern of division by 10, 100, or 1,000. That one we already know, just moving the decimal point. Because we are page 17 now. So if I write the steps out again to help some of us. No. Page 17. Okay, so if I work on this, right? I do it here. So I can do 0.03 divide by 3 first, then Don't forget the decimal point. I think the decimal point is one of the things that is often forgotten. (0.1 divided by 10). Bring the decimal point. So I've got 0.01. So on over here, break it down into two steps. First, divide by 2 first. So I do 0.74 divided by 2. Don't forget the decimal point and the 0. So I get 0.37. Let me write it neatly. 0.74 divided by 2 first. I got 0.37. Then 0.37 divided by 10. So 0.37 with the decimal hopping method, I can get 0.037. Is that okay? Now, this time round, I choose to do the division first so that I can, because once I get into division of the powers of 10, the decimal point moves and there are more zeros that may confuse me. So I'll choose to do the division first. So over here, I don't confuse you by two methods. I just show you the one that I prefer. But of course, if you prefer to do the division by powers of 10 first, it's not wrong either. Okay? Okay? So move on now. Are we okay with this? Move on a bit faster. So this time round, also same thing. So what I did is I keep one column for equation, one column for. So like over here, I keep one column for equation, one column for workings. Choose a different color and see more clearly. One column for equations, one column for working. So 1.2 divided by 4 first. Okay, sorry, this part not very fun and interesting. Okay, so the lesson is going to be a bit dry for the time being. But really, if you were to put in effort in this, do enough practices, you'll get better, faster, and the idea of just completing this accurately and speedily will feel good. Is that okay? Can? Okay, then move on to the next one. This one 6.54. So I think I will still stick to the same idea of one column working and one column equations. If you like to write it here first, this side also can. Okay, first part is done. 1.09 divided by 10. Okay, now it seems like a lot of working for now. But really, as you do it comes easier, it comes faster after that. Hey, I'm at D. Can you don't look at her? She needs to focus on her work. Sit, push in your chair. Am I going too fast for you? Is this okay? Now, if it's fine now, you can move ahead to the next two questions on your work. Already done? How did it turn out? Is it okay? Can So, you would like me to go through those two as well? No? And skip on to the next page? Yeah. You can try these two on your own and skip on to the next page. Which actually you realize is going to be the same method. Okay, so now this is page 18. I still on to the next page already. Okay, can I'm on the next page already. I zoom out a bit. I will stick to the same method of doing 39 divided by 3 first. So I can still stick to the same way of doing 39 divided by 3. That gives me 13. Then 13 divided by 100. So 300 is 3 times 100. So I will divide by 3 first, then divide by 100. Okay, then I got 0.13. This okay? Can you sit up straight? Put 2 hands on the table and then okay, look at it. Give your focus and attention to it. We have got another 10 minutes to go only. Okay? Persevere on. Okay? Now, next one. 276 divided by 4 first. So my working. If you feel like writing out the timetable helps you, you can continue to do so. Really try everything that can help you to do it successfully. Okay, so so far so good. Full complete numbers, you don't have decimals yet. When you have decimals, odd numbers, then you have to that will be more complicated. Yes. This one there's a few there in the decimals. Okay, then you have 69. Then 69 divided by 100. Yeah, I hear a lot of talking. I hope my recording can keep clear of extra noise. Now, Nico, one hand on the paper to support the paper, one hand to write, so that your handwriting can be firm. Is this okay? Then you realize that actually all these problems it goes back to the ideas of division of whole numbers. Nothing quite new, only that when you have the powers of zeros at the back, the powers of 10, you've got to have to do the moving of the decimal point. That's the only extra skill that we need. That previously we already learned that. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. Shall I do another one? So let's say I do the one that is C. Okay. So let's say I got 0.2 divided by 200, right? The same thing goes, I divide by 2 first. Okay. Not just 0.2 looks like a small number. Remember, it can be a little odd lah. You know, when you think about it. When you're little, primary 1 to primary 3, your teacher keep telling you, you cannot have a small number divided by big number. No such thing. Right? But actually the truth is, yes, you can have small number divided by big number. It gives you even smaller spaces. It's just like you have one pizza and you want to share among with the whole class. So one pizza divided by the whole class will be 30 or 40 of you. So it's like 1 divided by 40. Is it possible? So one pizza divided by 40, it looks like it's not possible because you don't have a whole number. But the truth is you can actually divide it. In fraction, it will be just 1/4 or one divided by 40, sorry. If it's one whole pizza, right? And divide by 40 is 1/40. Alright, not? Yeah. But if I'm talking about 1 divided by 40, okay, then I get so it means that okay, so 0.25 divided by 10. Okay, so if you see my working at the side here, that very rough working at the side here, I'm showing you the idea of, okay, long time ago you were in primary 1 to primary 3, your teacher say, you cannot do small number divided by big number. But that's when you haven't learned what fraction is. When you started learning fractions, actually it's possible. One pizza can divide by 40 people. Each person get 140 from, but the slice will be small. So then you cut the pizza into small slices as small as. Yeah, but it's still yummy, correct? So if you're talking about if it's decimal, what is it in decimal? So I get 1 divided by 4, I get 0.25, but it's not that easy. You got to divide by 10 again. So each person only get 0.025 of the pizza. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, but when they say still yummy, as long as pizza is yummy. But maybe your Hawaiian pizza, the ham you chop until like that. And then your pineapple is yeah, correct. Okay? Yeah, so that's the idea in fractions and decimals. It's all very possible. Okay, all very possible. I erase this now. So as not to confuse you. Okay, so back to this one, this example here. So 0.2 divided by 2 is entirely possible. Just that every time you look at it and you feel, okay, it looks a bit scary. I can still carry on my division, put out a 0 first. Okay, then there's 0. Then bring out the 2. Still possible. So you got 0.1. Then 0.1 divided by 100. So 0.1 divided by 100. Move again. You actually get 0.001. No longer 0.01. Yeah, Arya, just now you said 0.01. That's not correct. It's 0.001. Okay? Is it okay? Then I skip on to the next page. Next page, page 19. Okay, can okay so far? Okay, now if I move on to the next page of page 19, really the same technique is happening. Okay, page 19, page 19 now. So page 19A, so divide by 2000 sounds so impossible. Imagine 2000 people want to go and cut 4 pizza. Wow, the pizza becomes even smaller. Okay, now the same strategies apply. 4 divided by 2 first. This one no need division, everybody can do. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Next part, then 2 divided by 1000. Okay, because 2000 is 2 times 1000. So I have 2. The imaginary decimal point is after the ones place. 10, 100, 1000. There's a new decimal place is here. Put in the zeros. It will be 0.002. Is that okay? Then here, 36 divided by 9. Don't need long division, everybody can do. Times table. Then 4 divided by 1000. After that, 4 imaginary decimal point. 1, 2, 3. Decimal point here. Fill in the zeros. 0.004. Is this okay? Fair enough. Then the next one, I think you need a long division already. Okay? The next one, I think you need long division already because it's a bigger number. So, do this one quickly review. Imaginary decimal point is now visible. The invisible decimal point is now visible. So it's 0.208. Okay? Now, the homework today is to complete the whole of this division. 17 to 19. Is it possible? Now, if you are doing about 20, if you like to do 20, I will not stop you also. But can I see you do it in an organized manner? So, for example, 20. Okay, here, this is 21 question. I really want to see you do proper annotations and proper writing. So 200, if you don't really want to write long story, you write 200B, I can also accept. But be careful not to make confused with letters or numbers. Okay. No. No. Okay, I will show you this again tomorrow so that you will be able to get this down. But for Brandon who say he want to do, I will only want to accept your work if you do it in this sequential manner, step by step. Okay? If you're going to just show me a jumble up of workings, I will not accept. Okay? Then I will tell you don't do it, don't waste your time. You want to do it, do it properly. Okay? Okay.